this conversation, but I'm big on community. I believe that you need to establish a community first. Once you have one, people become more receptive towards purchasing whatever service offering that you're providing. So that being said, I think that a lot of us, we stress out if we're new. If I create a new blog, I stress out over two things, all right? Two things in the back of my mind. SEO, because I think that's what's going to, make me achieve the results that I want. But then the community aspect of it, you need to do outreach, in my opinion. So my question is, in doing that outreach, how aggressive is too aggressive? And, what are your thoughts on that?
I'd like to ask Patrick to start with that, because Patrick and I met because he basically wanted me to review his book. So he pitched me on the book.
Well, for me, I think where outreach crosses a line is when you take someone else's space and try to use it. The way I contacted Jason to offer him a copy of my book was direct through email. I didn't post a comment on his blog, say I wrote this book, here's the website URL, etc., etc. I didn't post on a forum, he doesn't manage a forum, but this is an example. I emailed him directly, one-on-one, and said, introduce myself and I can send you a copy of this book. I think if you assume too much, like you go to a blog or a forum or something like that, and you start using someone else's site to mention your product, to mention your community, your blog, whatever it is, I think that's when kind of a line is crossed when you start using a space that isn't yours to actually use. As far as stressing out over SEO and an outreach. What about like content though? Content is the main part of any blog, any community. It all starts there. If you're using WordPress, you're already pretty good on SEO as it is. Having good content is in itself very promotional and very important.
My main piece of advice to someone starting a new blog is, even if it's just your mum, love your readers to death, your current readers, because every one of them, whether they're online or not, has a social network and can do your outreach for you. When I start a new blog, I respond to every comment that has been left. Even if it's just to say thanks for your comment, I'll email new commenters and say thank you for that. I'll give them jobs when I'm away. I'll say, can you moderate my comments? Would you like to write a guest post for me? I hound my new readers so much and give them so much personal attention that they can't help but tell other people about this blogger who emails them every day. So whilst I do outreach as well and do reach out to other people, I think those core readers that you have, the people who subscribe to you, who have emailed you a question, those people will take a step towards you. If you just take a step back towards them, quite often you don't need to do the outreach because they'll do it for you.
Let me follow up and ask a question of you as well, Darren. Link baiting is one thing that bloggers will do and content providers will do to try to drive traffic. What are some rules of thumb on writing link bait content and promoting it and getting it out there without crossing those lines?
Yeah. For those of you that aren't familiar with the term linkbait, it's really a term that emerged probably a year or two ago, and it has some negative connotations about it. The way I describe it is really it's any content that gets passed around and that people want to share with others, and so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Quite often it's